The chipped paint and musty smell of apartment 2B at the old Victorian hadn't bothered Ben much. At 30, a struggling writer chasing a deadline, cheap rent trumped aesthetics. His neighbors seemed nice enough during the brief hallway greetings, the elderly Mrs. Henderson in 2A, always tending her window box, and the quiet Mr. Abernathy in 2C, perpetually reading thick novels. They were fixtures, part of the building's old-world charm. Weeks turned into a couple of months, and a strange unease began to settle over Ben. He realized he'd never seen Mrs. Henderson outside her window, never seen Mr. Abernathy without a book. More unsettlingly, they never seemed to change. Mrs. Henderson's silver hair was always perfectly coiffed, her floral dress perpetually crisp. Mr. Abernathy's tweed jacket never looked worn, his face unlined. It was as if they were frozen in time. He'd initially dismissed it as his own distraction, the late nights blurring details. But the consistency was unnerving. He saw a photo in the hallway, old and faded, of the building's residents from decades past. Standing by the same window box was a woman who looked exactly like Mrs. Henderson, just younger, and sitting in a chair in the background, a man with the same stoic expression as Mr. Abernathy, holding a book. A cold knot of unease tightened in Ben's stomach. He started paying closer attention. He never saw them receive mail. He never heard them leave or enter their apartments, except for those fleeting hallway glimpses. Their routines were impossibly static. One evening, a pipe burst in Ben's bathroom, flooding his floor. He frantically knocked on Mrs. Henderson's door for help. It creaked open silently, revealing the same impeccably neat living room he'd glimpsed before, Mrs. Henderson standing just inside, her expression unchanging, a polite but distant smile on her lips. There was no surprise, no concern on her face about the commotion. The next morning, the water was gone, the damage inexplicably repaired. Ben hadn't called anyone. He hadn't seen anyone enter his apartment. The realization hit him with a chilling certainty. His neighbors weren't just unchanging, they weren't aging because they couldn't. They were something else, something tied to the old building, frozen in a timeless loop. And Ben, the new resident, was now a part of their unchanging world.